Ever wondered how the samurai, a class of highly skilled warriors, came to be and how they shaped Japan's history? The samurai are synonymous with mystery and intrigue. These legendary warriors were more than just skilled fighters. They were the architects of an era. We'll delve into the origins of the samurai, chart their rise to power, and witness their inevitable decline. We'll also explore how they transformed over time and left an indelible mark on history. So, buckle up as we embark on this fascinating journey back in time. To understand the samurais, we must first travel back to the 10th century, to their humble beginnings. In the heart of Japan's Heian period, a power shift was brewing. The central government, once strong and unified, was slowly losing its grip. As the imperial court focused on culture and the arts, political power began to slip away, falling into the hands of provincial lords known as daimyos. These lords, constantly at odds with each other, needed protection. And so they turned to the warriors, the samurais. The samurai, or those who serve, were initially mere guards, protectors of their daimyos. Their primary duty was to maintain safety and order within their lord's territory. They were the shields against enemy attacks and the swords that enforced their lord's rule. However, as the political instability continued, the samurai's role began to evolve. The daimyos started to rely more and more on these warriors, not just for protection, but also for governance. The samurais began to hold administrative and political roles. They became the judge, the tax collector, and the police officer. They were the ones who enforced the laws, collected the taxes, and maintained order within the lord's territory. With these new responsibilities, the samurais began to form a new social class. They developed their own culture, their own codes of conduct, and their own way of life. They were no longer just warriors, they were the samurais, a class of their own, distinguished by their loyalty, their discipline, and their mastery of martial arts. As the Heian period came to a close, the samurais had firmly established themselves as a crucial part of Japanese society. They were the backbone of the daimyos' rule and the guardians of law and order. Their rise was not just a result of political instability, but also a testament to their adaptability, their resilience, and their unwavering loyalty to their lords. Thus, out of necessity and chaos, the samurai class was born. With their inception in the Heian period, the samurai soon found themselves in a golden age. As we dive deeper into the annals of history, we arrive at the Kamakura and Muromachi periods, often heralded as the golden age of the samurais. This era, spanning from the 12th to the 16th centuries, saw the samurais rise from mere military retainers to become the dominant class in Japanese society. The Kamakura period, in particular, ushered in a new political structure, the shogunate system. This was a military government headed by a shogun, a title equivalent to a military dictator. The establishment of the Kamakura shogunate in the late 12th century marked a significant shift in power. The samurais, once serving the aristocratic court in Kyoto, now held the reins of governance. The Muromachi period that followed was no less important. It was a time of political intrigue, war, and social change. Amidst this, the samurais further consolidated their power, both politically and socially. It was also during this golden age that the samurai code of conduct known as Bushido, or the Way of the Warrior, was codified. Bushido, with its emphasis on loyalty, martial arts mastery, and honor unto death, became the heart and soul of the samurai ethos. It defined not only how a samurai should live, but also how they should die, with honor and dignity. The samurai were more than just warriors during this period. They were also scholars, poets, and philosophers. They practiced calligraphy, tea ceremony, and other arts, contributing significantly to Japanese culture. Their influence permeated all aspects of society, from politics and economics to arts and culture. So the samurai's golden age was not just about their rise in power. It was also about their transformation into a class that combined martial prowess with intellectual pursuits and cultural refinement. The samurai were not just warriors, they were a symbol of power and order, shaping Japan in ways that still resonate today. But as with all great entities, the samurai too faced a period of decline and transformation. The Edo period, spanning from the 17th to the 19th century, marked a significant turning point in the samurai's narrative. This era was characterized by an extended period of peace, a stark contrast to the constant warfare that had previously defined Japan's landscape. The need for martial prowess was significantly reduced, and thus the samurai warriors found themselves in a precarious position. The samurai, once revered for their military skills, began to grapple with a rapidly changing society. With no wars to fight, their swords started gathering dust. Yet, their indomitable spirit remained unbroken. The samurai were not just warriors. They were also scholars, poets, and philosophers. They possessed a deep understanding of governance, economics, and literature, skills that would serve them well in the new era. As the societal structure shifted, so did the role of the samurai. The samurai, once the epitome of military might, began to adapt and evolve in the face of these changes. They transformed from fierce warriors into bureaucrats and administrators, wielding pens with the same precision and dedication they once wielded their swords. They became the backbone of the administrative structure, their strategic minds and disciplined approach proving invaluable in this new realm. This transformation was not without its challenges. The samurai grappled with the loss of their previous status and the shift in societal values. Yet they navigated these turbulent waters with the same grace and fortitude that had defined their warrior ethos. The samurai's transformation was a testament to their resilience and adaptability. Their martial prowess may have been less valued in the peaceful Edo period, but their influence was far from diminished. They left an indelible mark on Japanese society, their legacy extending far beyond their battlefield exploits. The samurai's swords may have been sheathed, but their influence was far from over. The final act in the samurai saga came with the dawn of the Meiji era. It was a period of profound change, a pivot in Japan's history that marked a decisive break with the past. The Meiji Restoration, named after Emperor Meiji, was a revolution from above, instigated by the ruling class, yet it impacted every stratum of society, including the samurai. As the 19th century rolled into its latter half, Japan began to look outward. It sought to modernize, to adopt the ways of the Western world. This was a time of steamships and railroads, of telegraph wires and factories. Things were changing rapidly, and for the samurai this spelled the end. The Meiji government, eager to promote a unified national identity, abolished the samurai as a separate class. The samurai were given a choice: to shed their two swords and the privileges that came with them, or to cling to their fading status and risk becoming an anachronism in a world that was moving forward without them. Many chose the former, stepping into the new world as commoners. But the end of the samurai was not just a story of loss, it was also a story of transformation. Some samurai took their expertise in martial arts and channeled it into the development of modern military strategy. Others took their skills in calligraphy and poetry and infused them into the burgeoning fields of journalism and literature. They adapted, they evolved, they found new ways to contribute to the society that had moved beyond them. Yet the death of the samurai class was the final blow to a tradition that had spanned centuries. It was an end of an era, a tipping point that marked the transition from feudal Japan to the modern nation we know today. And so the sun set on the samurai era, but their legacy lived on. Despite the fading of their era, the samurai have left an indelible mark on Japan's history and culture, a legacy that continues to inspire and captivate us to this day. The samurais may be gone, but their influence remains deeply embedded in Japanese culture. The samurai were more than just warriors. They were a class of people who left an indelible mark on the Japanese way of life. The samurai ethos, a blend of martial skills, discipline, honor, and aesthetic sensibility, has seeped into every aspect of Japan's cultural fabric. Even today, the samurai's artistic influence thrives in various forms of Japanese art. The fluidity of their movements, the precision of their strikes, and the elegance of their attire have been immortalized in countless works of art, from traditional ink paintings to modern anime and manga. Literature, too, has been touched by the samurai's hand. Haiku, a form of poetry, was favored by many samurai. These short, poignant verses encapsulate the samurai's appreciation for the fleeting beauty of life. Their tales of valor, loyalty, and sacrifice continue to inspire modern stories, breathing life into characters that embody the samurai spirit. In the societal fabric of Japan, the samurai's influence is palpable. Their values of respect, discipline, and honor are still held in high regard. The concept of Bushido, the way of the warrior, has transcended time, influencing not only the individual's conduct but also Japan's global perception. The samurai, a symbol of honor, discipline, and bravery, continue to echo through the ages, a testament to their lasting legacy. From warriors to bureaucrats, the samurai have truly had a remarkable journey. Born from the need for protection, they blossomed in a golden age of honor and courage before transitioning into a period of decline and transformation. Yet, even as their era drew to a close, their legacy persisted, leaving an imprint that still resonates today. One thing is certain, the samurais, with their fascinating history, continue to captivate us, reminding us of a bygone era marked by honor, courage, and discipline.